feel like I'm on a spaceship.
Today on the grid, it's Lens Day. We're talking about our favorite lenses, your favorite lenses, and if that were not enough, we've got Canon Wonderkin.
Oh my gosh.
Chef Leimbach is here. Kuna's in the house, fresh off falling down a flight of stairs. We've got some news. It's true. It's true. We've got
all true.
We've got some really great giveaways. We got stuff that we shouldn't even be giving away. Part of this stuff has been shoplifted from local merchants. And I predict, now I'm going out on a limb here with this one. I predict it's going to be a fine day on the grid, and it all starts in just 11 seconds flat. Let's go! The grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Mention I work for Kuna.
Baby Kuna is in the house.
I love it. I love it.
He got the shrinking chair.
Finally,
I mean, we did
for
talk
the
about like
first flipping
just
time.
throwing away the shrinking chairs,
He
but
was-
that didn't
he
seem
was
to
at
work.
my height about a
I was
minute
actually
ago.
up this. That was at
And
Scott's
then he
height.
just
And as
slowly-
we're doing the intro, it just goes.
Finally, somebody got the shrinking chair,
Last
and
time I
it's
was on
not
the grid,
me.
I got that chair, and by the end of it, I was down
I'm just
below
gonna
my
sit
mic.
right here. It actually feels pretty good because I just fell down a flight of stairs.
Well, welcome back to the show, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
You know,
Wait,
once,
let me
once-
put my mic
this
down
is,
here.
You've been on the grid many times,
Yeah.
so once you've been there enough, we give you a chair that doesn't sink.
No
that's-
sinking chair. So
That's
good.
nice. But today is Lens Day, and Jeff owns about every lens you can own, and he's brought a bunch of new ones today, including one I didn't even know existed. This is a weird, wild. It has a feature I've never heard of. So that's today.
Weird, wild.
Today.
Weird,
Wild.
wild stuff.
I
So
even see you got the one that's got the servo zoom on.
yeah, that's
Yes.
the thing. The servo zoom. It has a power zoom where you
Power
press the
zoom.
button and it zooms in and out. That's
Yes.
nuts.
It is.
Anyway,
Those video
so
people
we're going to be
love
talking
that.
about all that. I'm going to be talking about what I think is my next lens. We're going to talk about different genres
I mean, this one
of
really
photography.
shrunk. Like
Excellent.
I'm at the,
Oh,
I'm
man.
I'm at the
He's-
bottom of the barrel.
He's down. He's
He's going
tiny. He's
further.
tiny Eric. It's tiny Eric.
It's actually pretty comfortable because we're not like way up high. We're kind of,
Yeah, you get a
just
whole
looks
different.
awkward, but
You
whatever.
get a whole different point of view down there.
The
It's just-
camera people, the camera guys back here are great, but they've got to specially zoom down for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Look at that. Well,
Yeah.
no, they didn't even specially
They
zoom
did.
down.
They
Look
get
at
all that
Look at
headroom.
Look at that
comes
headroom.
in.
This is terrible. Look at all that headroom.
Well, unfortunately,
They're going the wrong way now.
we're going to have to get through the first break, so it is what it is.
I might just stand up at a certain point.
Yeah, I know. I think it's good down there. I like
Yeah.
it. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's
Feels
a different.
good.
It's a
Feels
different
good.
view.
It's got to be
Everything's
a little
different.
cooler down there because heat rises.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's
Right.
why I was wondering why it was so cold in the studio.
It's chilly down there.
It's chilly
All right.
down there.
Anyway, today's Lens Day. We're going to be talking about all kinds of lenses and stuff. That's going to be a lot of fun. You're here doing a course, I hope.
Yeah, actually, I am recording another class, my 7th Kelby class tomorrow, so I'm glad to be doing that. It's going to be top 20 camera hacks.
Ooh,
All right.
nice. You know
So-
what? Your class, the one you did, like what to do when there's nothing to shoot.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
What to shoot when there's nothing to shoot.
What to shoot with
One and two. We
One
got
and
two
two,
very- yeah,
two-parter.
exactly, two-parter.
I'm telling you guys, go watch those courses. Go watch those. If you're a KelbyOne member, go watch them. If you're not a KelbyOne member, you can buy any class. You can just buy it. It's $1,200 a class. No, it's $29. No, it's
Don't tell them that.
No, it's
$29.
$29. Oh, look,
I'm
David.
hoping you'll buy
Oh,
it
look,
so
we
we
have
can
an-
buy some chairs.
All right, we're one up on me because
Chair.
we're bringing in an intermediate chair.
Oh,
Don't look.
intermediate
Don't
chair.
look.
I think I'm going to be taller than you.
Now-
know.
I don't know.
Yes.
We're going to have to stand up
That's
straight.
now look.
Yep,
All
stand
right,
up
go
straight.
back.
Oh, wait, let's go.
There you go.
Let's
Now
go.
he's
There we
tall,
go.
Eric. Because
That was
now he's
tall.
on like a bar stool. I don't. it's-
Yeah, now
it-
I've got like that was like a 3-inch boost.
Now you have
over
like
those.
a bird's eye view.
Exactly.
Yes.
Anyway.
Boy, it's hot up here.
I
No,
told
it's
you.
steaming up here. All right, let's first of all, also, we have some guests in the studio today. Allison and Jeremy are here all the way from the UK. They're here for
I'm
our...
surprised they got in the country.
I'm surprised they let him in. But anyway, they're here for, we have a summit for our VIP and Inner Circle members happening next week. And they came to Florida. They've been hanging out at Disney, and they're going to be here just hanging out. So
I saw
Welcome,
that they
guys.
shot a rocket launch too.
They shot a rocket launch. These are very active people.
Photographed a rocket launch. They did not shoot on it.
Yeah.
When
Hey,
was the last one that went up? Was it yesterday?
Monday.
Monday. Yeah, you know
yeah.
what? I'm sitting in my house, and the house started shaking, and I said, "There's got to be a rocket going up." And sure
or
enough,
earthquake.
yeah. Or earthquake could be.
The popular Orlando
Yes.
earthquake.
Well, you had
Yes.
sonic booms on the Monday one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shook the house.
There are
so.
shakes when that happens.
Yeah.
I remember that back in the shuttle days when they come over Tampa.
Oh,
it was
mercy.
like,
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Wake you up in
Yeah.
the morning.
Boom.
Knock you out of bed.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Anyway, we have some prizes today.
We do.
For people that are watching live, we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. Eric, tell them what they can win.
All right. First, people can get a grip. The Platypod grip. This is a great accessory for adding your phone to like a Platypod or any tripod. What's cool about it, that little mount on the bottom is an Arca-Swiss compatible, so it'll go on an Arca-Swiss mount.
Hey, look at one of the PPA, what you call it,
Designation.
designation.
Hot Ones,
Hot is a hot
2024.
one.
That is a hot one. That is, for the price, the best phone grip.
Yeah, it is. I have got one. It's
For the
phenomenal.
price.
I'm still hung up on get a grip. Sorry.
Yep, somebody's going to get a grip. All right, and so we're going to give away that on the show.
What the hell's
as
going
well.
on in that picture? It's like a
And
monster.
let's see what books we're giving away. We're giving away a copy of Scott's book, Surprising. How do I do that in Lightroom? So we're giving away that one.
We're giving that away?
Yeah, it's the third edition. So you're going to get the third edition of the book. And we're giving away a copy of Scott's Crush the Composition book as well.
Let's crush it.
Yes, and we can get both of those over on Amazon, but somebody's going to win both or one of those today. And then also we're giving away a copy of On One No Noise 2024. Great plugin for removing noise and adding sharpening back that you lose with noise reduction. So we're going to give that away today. And we're giving away a V-Flat from V-Flat World. Now this one's for U.S. shipping only. You just have to have a U.S. shipping address. So sorry for those in the U.K. Well, actually, right now, I guess Allison and Jeremy could win it because they could just send it to the hotel,
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah, that'll go on the plane.
Yeah, so it probably would go on the plane because that's what's cool about it is it folds up. So you can fold that up.
It would go in the.
You could get like a check bag to do
Yeah,
it.
check bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Check
somebody's going to
that
win
bag.
that. However, everybody can win 10% off over at V-Flat World by using the code Kelby10 at checkout. If you want to win any of those prizes, just leave us a comment no matter where you're watching. We monitor all of them. Just tell us what you'd like to win. And then also in the comments, if you got any comments or questions about lenses, that's really what we're talking about today. So anything to do with lenses.
Yeah, and also let us know what your favorite lens is and why. Just a little short
a good one.
thing like why do you love this lens so much? All right, I'll kick it off with what everybody already knows is my favorite lens. So I don't even know why I'm talking about it, but I'll make it so brief. My favorite lens
A fisheye, definitely. A
right
fisheye.
here, the Canon 24-240. This is the lens that lives on my camera. This is the lens I'll be taking with me to Venice in a few weeks. It will go with me to Tokyo. It was the only lens I took on my last trip to Tokyo. I was there for 10 days, one lens. This is it. It's a miracle lens. It's $799, which is ridiculously cheap. But to be able to go from 24 to 240, which means I never have to change lenses. I don't take a camera bag. It's just awesome. And it's sharp. It's surprisingly sharp for the money. And it's very lightweight. And it's everything good. It's got stabilization, but you already have in-body stabilization. It's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely lens. I can't recommend this
It's
lens.
actually $899.
Is it $899?
$899.
Yep. No rebate at the moment.
Oh, no rebate. Oh, they usually have a $100 rebate going on. So the rebate is
Oh, it's
over.
such a hot lens.
It's
Like,
such
we
a
don't
hot-
need- we don't need that rebate.
We don't need
Forget
so-
that rebate.
All right. That's my favorite all around for like, I would use it for travel. I would use it for street. I use it for everything. I've done portraits with it. I've done
That's my second aviation lens right there.
That's a phenomenal. That's my second aviation lens. If I'm going to do walk
Yeah.
around, so if I'm going to shoot
That's it.
the static planes on the ground, that will be the lens that I'll be
That's the
using.
lens.
It's also my favorite lens too, and I harp on it all the time. You can tell I've worn off all of the labels on it
Oh,
because
yeah.
I use it so much. It stays on my camera all the time. I only take this off when I want to use a specialty lens for some reason.
I agree.
It's an
That's-
amazing lens.
that's
I have
the
a,
lens. I started to
six-
shoot the Milky Way with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. You just said you had a tracker, but once you have a tracker, it's
Yeah.
great.
Great.
Yeah.
I had I printed a image of the Tetons that I shot with that on a family vacation, and I printed it out on a metal print, and my daughter and son-in-law have it in their living room at 64 inches, and it is sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a tack.
Sharp as
For
a
the
tack.
price,
I
that is
just,
the lens.
I just want to
That is the
mention,
lens.
bomb.
so I shoot Canon, but if you don't shoot Canon, the alternatives are that are Nikon, or excuse me for Jeremy and Allison, Nikon. Nikon makes a 24 to 200. So it's in very close to the same range, also small, lightweight, and inexpensive. Sony actually does make a 24 to 240. So Sony makes the same lens, Canon makes it, and Nikon makes a 24 to 200. Still a great lens.
Yep, in the same range. Yep.
Same range, and also very good quality.
Yeah, right here.
And how much is the Sony? Is of course everything Sony is more
Everything
expensive.
Sony, you're going to pay the Sony
I don't
tax.
care. You got to pay Sony tax.
There's a Sony
which is
tax.
$1,100 for the same lens from Sony, and then you can see the Canon under it for 140, 150 bucks less. And then what's the Nikon? Can you hit the Nikon?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. We were on a 24.
It's 24 to 200.
No, it's B&H's site is freezing up my computer right
I love the B&H
take a
site.
look.
It's so easy to look things up.
Oh, I love the B&H.
now. They
site.
got the $100 rebate going on there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there
they
you
got the 100. Oh, 796.
But they also don't have that extra 40 millimeters.
The extra 40
They don't have the
millimeters.
extra 40, but it is. I know people that have this lens and they love it just like we love ours.
Yeah, no, it's a great lens too. Yeah, they're all great. They're all great lenses, but
All right, Jeffy Boo Boo Bear,
Yes.
give me your lens pick.
Oh, that's it.
You got to give us another lens. At least tell
be
us about
surprised.
this new one then.
All right. Well, is this going to be your? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, I think this is
Okay.
my next lens.
So you see how I
Oh, he
knocked
slid
it over to Scott.
Oh. All right, this is, if I have a second lens, it's going to be this one, I think. It is a 10 to 20.
oh yeah.
Full frame 10. Now, I had an 11 to 24. It is the heaviest lens I've ever owned. It was $3,000. It's a beast.
It's a beast.
Absolutely
It is like a
beast.
brick. It just, like,
and I don't
heavy.
take it. I don't take it
Heavy.
anymore. I'm like over that.
It's front heavy too, so
very
it's got
front
this
heavy,
massive element on the
glass.
but
front.
this one is not just 11, because at the time that came out, it was the widest wide-angle lens available
for full frame.
for full frame. This is a 10.
Yeah. 10.
It has the bulbous front.
Rectilinear.
It is rectilinear, and it is very lightweight. I think it's 1.6 pounds.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's 1.6. wait.
It's
Eric, what is it?
1 point
Ooh, I don't even know if that's 1.6.
one,
I think it's
1.59 maybe.
Maybe it's 1.4. No, I want to think it's
Say
1.6.
1.6.
Go,
Okay.
go to
20
go to specs,
millimeter. Yeah, go down to specs.
and not package weight.
All right, let's see.
Well, I don't know
I'm
why
gonna
they
say
show you the
1.2.
package weight.
Well, for
I'm
shipping
saying-
purposes, I
I'm
think.
saying
but let's see.
1.3.
1.3. Wow.
That was awful.
1.3.
Not
Wow.
bad. Lighter than you thought.
1.3. Now, it is not a cheap lens. It is about, we'll call it $2,300.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
$2,300.
Right there, right there.
Yeah, but
It's almost
for
like you
that
looked that up ahead
specialty
of
of
time.
a lens, yeah,
I know, this
that's
is
worth it.
like, this would be strictly for shooting, probably for me, indoors.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be shooting a museum, a cathedral, or something like that, and I want to go wider. Now I can tell you, I wish they just made a 10, because I'm never going to use anything other than the 10 on here.
It's extremely wide though. You have to be really careful with your subjects.
Do you?
No, you don't.
Come
I love the
on.
distortion of it. I love getting close to a subject with a wide-angle lens and accentuating that.
Well, it would be
foreground.
wonderful with like a dog, right? Like shooting a
Oh,
dog,
yeah, that'd
and
be
you get a
fantastic.
really great,
Yeah.
thing like that. And I've got the most beautiful dogs in the world. All right,
I will tell you
this
my
is it.
favorite
What do you
lens,
think
though.
about this lens?
I love the idea of it. Yes, I
We're-
love it.
All right, now.
I haven't shot with it, so I can't really like.
So here's how I'm
100%.
raising the money.
But
the,
I
mo-
would
the
see.
money.
You're
raising the
The money that we are charging Allison and Jeremy for being on the show today will cover most of it. It's not going to
Yeah.
cover all of it, but it's going to cover most of it, I
So
think.
GoFundMe page maybe?
Yeah, GoFundMe, a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. For
Kickstarter.
And when
All
I'm
right.
done, I'll publish a.
No, that's a neat race because that's honestly I was really kind of looking forward to. There was the rumors that there was going to be a 11 to 24 2.8. That was interesting to me, but that at an f4 again because a lot of times f4. I mean, you're still pretty good as long as you use certain techniques. Yeah.
Well,
especially nowadays with high ISO not
Yeah.
being a problem.
Well,
Yeah.
that being said, too, if you take the same lens and put a 2.8 in it, you're looking
Oh,
at
it's gonna be
significant
huge.
significant weight and size difference in that as well.
I don't think the 11 to 35 is a 2.8, is it?
No, it isn't.
That big one
The
is
11
this?
to 20, it's the 11 to 24 that you're talking about, like the old
11
to
24.
Yeah, 11
It's
24.
an F4.
Yeah, it's a F4.
Yeah.
But it's still heavy.
But it's
as
still heavy.
as
Well, one thing
can be.
about the Canon did the design of the R mount, which allows for the distribution of the lens elements differently. So we don't have to have that giant lens up front. We can move some of those lenses to the back and actually help in the balance of those. And I set you up there. I dropped this off, and instead of telling you what my next favorite lens would be,
Oh, what is your next favorite lens?
1435.
So I've got that
Yeah.
lens.
Yes.
So
That's a great one.
that would replace my that would
Yeah.
go away, and that would be the new one.
Well, yeah. I mean that's pretty.
But that
good
14 to
change.
35 is
However,
reasonably priced.
It's reasonably priced.
Yeah, that one's actually very
Plus,
reasonably priced.
if I'm backpacking, this is not taking up nearly as much room or as much weight as the 1535.
Oh, no.
2.8. And when I'm
No,
doing
this thing's
and when I'm
wonderful.
doing
Yes.
landscapes, I don't need 2.8. So f4 is perfect.
Hey, look at the size. They're basically
Yeah,
the same
they're
size.
basically the same. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. But it's just 14 is great. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I've been used to 16. I lived most of my life with 16.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got the 14, and the 14 is terrific. But the other day I was shooting in St. Paul's in London, and I'm like, man, if I had a 6, like a 10, you guys can't believe
magic.
what a difference 4 millimeters. Even going from like 14 to 12 or something.
Yeah.
on the
it's
low
like-
end, on the low end,
On the low
and
end.
on the high
On
end,
the high
it's
end,
not
that's-
as much.
No.
Yeah.
But like that's the whole thing.
the
Like
low end?
like
Woo.
Nikon has a 28 to 400, but it's always like the 28's not wide enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not wide enough. Not wide enough.
If you go from 100 to 105, there's very little difference in what you
Yeah.
see
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. You go from 10 to 16 or 10 to 15,
It goes
there's a
from like
massive
this to
difference
wow.
in the width.
Yeah. Now I'm going to tell you something about this lens here. I'm not going to say it out loud. I buy all my stuff from B&H, right? B&H is king. However, look on my screen for just a second. Can you see my screen?
What's going on with Walmart?
Seriously. It's like $300 less or 200 and something dollars less than
Now,
Walmart.
you could click on it because sometimes Walmart
Nope.
has like Amazon,
Nope.
where they're doing third-party resellers.
I don't,
I'm just warning people because sometimes you can get trapped with this.
Let's
and
go
then
look.
what it'll be is it'll be a gray market, or it'll be like a company that's
I don't
selling
think
like
this
an
is a
offshore.
gray market.
Sometimes. See, it's sold and shipped by 6AV Electronics. And you just have to look because sometimes you can get caught. Sometimes. But they got pretty good star rating.
I'm just saying. That's kind of
saying.
surprising.
It is surprising.
Surprising.
Very surprising. Shocking.
All right, we are going to take a short one. When we come back, we're going to be looking at. We haven't got to Mr. Kuna's lenses. We're going to hit Mr. Kuna's
yeah.
lens next, and we can expect that they'll be heavy and expensive.
Heavy and expensive, yeah.
Heavy and expensive coming up, and we're going to do some shout outs when we come up and all that stuff in just a minute. Don't go away. We're live here on the grid. It must be Wednesday.
Lens Day.
Is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Hello, I'm Nikon Ambassador Hilmar Smith, and I'm here at the KelbyOne Studios to teach you the art of creating with what you have. Today we'll be using 3 simple props. A chair, we have flowers, and we have things made of glass that you can find all over your house to push that creativity and create amazing pictures. Come and join me at KelbyOne.
Hey everybody, Kirk Nelson here from Pixel Pro Photography. I'm back down here at KelbyOne Studios, and I've got a fantastic course for you this time. We are talking all about developing brand new backgrounds for your images. If you've ever had an image that you've taken that you discarded because that background wasn't what you wanted, bring it back. It is not dead. I'm telling you, you can resurrect those images because now we can take backgrounds and turn them into something special. We are going to go through so many different new features and functions within Photoshop. We'll use automated distraction removal. We'll use sky replacement. We'll use the generative fill plus the generative workspace to create all new backgrounds. We'll even create a do-it-yourself synthetic background using a bunch of different filters. We will take an image that's shot in a dusty old gymnasium and turn it into something worthy of an athlete's poster. You're not going to want to miss this one. Come check out my latest class at KelbyOne.com.
If you're like me, and I'm betting you are, you love Lightroom tips. I love them. I love those little things that make you faster and more efficient and more productive. I mean, that's why I run the website lightroomkillertips.com. Well, if you like this type of stuff, I got a brand new class where I've got 25 of my all-time favorite Lightroom tips. I got some brand new ones you've probably never seen before. I've got some ones that you remembered from years ago and you forgot about. I got some new twists. I got there's just so much stuff. We're gonna have a great time together. So come and check out my brand new class with 25 of my all-time favorite Lightroom tips, and it's exclusively here at KelbyOne.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey, we're back. Mr. Kuna's here and Jeff's here, and we're talking about lenses today.
We got a bunch of shout-outs, though.
But we got a bunch of shout-outs.
Yeah, we got Alan joining us from Northeast Iowa, Gary saying hi from Scottsdale, Arizona, Warren saying hi from New Jersey, Valerie saying hi from the Niagara Falls area, Bob saying hi from Southwest Indiana, Vince saying, Eric, you should just use your photo hunting chair. Yes,
he does have a nice chair for photography.
That swivel hunting chair, oof, great. I'll be using that next week at Sun and Fun. All right, Chuck saying hi from Maryland. Sharon saying hey to the Kelby crew
Sharon.
all the way from Indiana. And then Lisa saying hi from Atlanta. Ken saying hi from Texas. Sean, all the way over from the Isle of Wight.
The sunny Isle of Wight.
Yep. And Carrie saying hi from Minnesota. Claudia saying hi from Toronto. So we got people joining us all over the world.
Yep.
Jerry says, this is going to be a dangerous episode because I'm going to have to tell my wife I need 4 more lenses. Jerry, you're not going to need 4. Probably 1 or 2.
Yes.
But not 4 is his way over. Wait a minute. Claire Jones, Lady St. Clair, all the way from the UK. It's UK Day. So those of you who know who Claire is one of the top sports photographers, not just in the UK, anywhere. She was one of the finalists for Sports Photographer of the Year, and she is also just a wonderful person and just a great photographer, even when it's not sports. She says, my favorite lens is the Nikon.
No, she said her favorite.
Oh, her favorite.
Yes.
It's obviously misspelled. Her favorite lens is the Nikon Z400 f4.5. It's a Boston all-weathers. I've taken some of my favorite favorite photos in terrible conditions. It's a Sports Togs Dream Lens. It's compact, light, and so sharp.
We can always tell when the UK spelling because it always has the underline underneath it. 'Cause
Yep.
It's like misspelled.
Our thing tells us it's misspelled, so and that couldn't be wrong.
Couldn't be wrong.
So anyway, thank you for that, Claire. Philip, what is Philip saying today?
Yeah, Philip's saying my favorite lens is the full frame Sony E-mount. Is the Tamron 28-200, which is available B&H for $649. The lens is used a lot by landscape photographers. Mads Peter Iverson and he and Dustin Abbott love it.
Yeah.
That's
There's
a
that
pretty
all-around lens.
Yeah, it's a great
that's
lens
Love it.
too.
28
Yeah.
to 200 at Tamron. I love Tamron lenses. $649 is a hard price to beat.
It
And
is.
figure it this way: you're shooting landscapes. What's your f-stop going to be?
Yeah, you want F11.
Right?
It really doesn't matter.
Every
Yep.
lens has f11, so
Yeah.
and I'll bet it's
Not
pretty sharp
2.8.
too.
Yeah,
Not
probably.
2.8, but now that's for the Sony E mount, right? But don't Sony's? You can use any lens, right?
Yes.
Any
As long as
Sony
you
lens.
adapt.
The E-mount is the E-mount.
You don't
Yes.
need an adapter,
Yes.
right? Because it's just they just all use
Well,
the
yeah,
E
because
mount.
they've been on mirrorless forever.
Yeah.
So it's
Since
been the
the beginning of
E-mount.
time.
The point is, if you use an adapter, you can put almost any brand lens on it, is my point.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
can
you
put-
can.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Dan.
I know a lot of Sony users that use a lot of Canon glass.
I do too.
Yes.
All right. Hey, Danny's got a good lens here. I know this lens.
Good morning from Arizona. My favorite lens is the Nikon 28-300.
Now,
Don't
Danny's
blame
from
me.
Arizona, so we can call it Nikon.
Yeah.
So that is
That's
a great lens.
great
Yeah.
lens.
I used to have that lens when I shot Nikon. That's a terrific lens. It's very sharp. It's
That's
very,
whenever
Jay
Maisel.
I was
Jay
Jay
Maisell's
Maisel,
lens.
always.
That's all
yeah.
it has on his
but you
camera.
know what? Can I say something? I've had a 28 and I've had a 24.
Yep.
And
that's
just like
what
you
it
were
is.
saying
That
earlier,
4 is a
the
big deal.
4
The big
at the
difference.
wide end makes a big difference. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't go back to a 28.
Right.
Even though I know that is a great lens.
It is. It's a great lens.
Once you have 24, it's like, what?
Indeed.
And that's what it is to me, like with lenses. I think I'm getting to that point where, yeah, we can sit there and peep at it and be like, ooh, that one's a little sharper than this one. But nowadays with software and all that,
Doesn't even
Yeah.
matter.
Doesn't matter.
what you can't get back is you shot it at 28 and you really wish you would have shot it at 24.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
that, yeah,
you
right.
can do like generative expand now and all that, but it's much better to just do it in camera.
No,
Yeah.
I want it in camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Kuna, you're up. Talk to
Oh,
me
I
about
would say
lenses.
All right, let's
lenses, you know, my go-to favorite one right now is that 200 to 800 RF.
This
That
one?
Oh, love that lens.
Pass it to
That
the Kuna.
one.
Pass it
You know,
to
it's
the
not
goose.
that heavy. It's
No,
not.
it's not
It
heavy
feels
at
like
all.
a 7200.
It's about the weight of my old 70 to 200. I can shoot with this thing all day long, and I'm 200 to 800, so I can get out. This is where I can kind of get that reach that I want with a full frame sensor for like, again, rockets, aviation, all that.
Wildlife.
Wildlife.
Great lens for
Oh,
wildlife.
wildlife, aviation, rockets, or just anything in general when we're doing telephoto. I just grab this lens
Yeah.
because it is big, but it's not heavy.
No, not
That's
at all.
what I love about it.
You okay with the variable aperture?
Yes, I'm fine with it because, you know, nowadays ISO is kind of irrelevant.
Exactly,
you
it
know?
does, it does,
I mean,
yeah.
auto ISO, just
You're going to be
do
shooting
it.
in the day with this lens anyway.
Yeah, you're usually shooting
Look
in the
at
day.
that price, $18.99.
However-
That's cheaper than my 10 to 20 that I want.
I can shoot at night with this lens just fine.
Yeah.
Like it really can handle the night just fine.
Yeah.
You're just going to be shooting at like 6400 ISO, 12,800
Yeah.
ISO. But guess what? There's programs like that On One No Noise.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Take it out.
That's
Hey,
now. What is the equivalent? Now Nikon must have something equivalent to this. Can you go see what it is?
I don't know what it is.
Here.
Everything kind of like stops what I've seen in Sony and Nikon at that 600. They don't have that. And that 800 is that little punch extra that I want.
All right.
And really it comes from Dave Black always being in your head going, you're not close enough.
Not
You're
close enough.
enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
He
not
does-
close
yeah,
enough.
exactly.
Go big or go home.
Go big.
All right. While Eric is looking that up, I just want to mention we have a Lightroom conference coming up. I believe it's next month, right? The Lightroom conference. It is a 2-day online conference. It is May. No, it's in May. It's 2 months away. It is May 13th through 14th. It's 2 days, 2 tracks, plus a pre-conference day, which is included. And you get access to all of the courses for an entire year. So if you miss any classes or anything during the live event, you can go back and watch them. You can rewatch classes. It's fantastic. And if you sign up now, you can save 150 bones. So
There's Katrine.
Which could go toward the lens.
Katrine. Which could go towards your lens, which you know that it should.
Yeah.
Ooh, look
definitely.
at all these. We got some
There's
good
my buddy Rob
instructors
Sylvan.
there. I love Rob.
And Terry. I saw
Is
Terry
there
last
anybody
week.
that doesn't look? Do you notice he's got the new glasses now? He's like hip and all.
Yes.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that.
Now, there's nobody on earth that doesn't like Rob.
I know. Rob is like one of the most beloved guys. How about Serge? Loving the Serge. Love the Serge. Shawnee McCormick. I just saw Sean when I was over in the UK. He's a cool guy.
Who's that Erik Kuna guy over there?
Nobody knows him. He's a,
Yeah.
he's a
No
mystery.
name.
A mystery.
He's a riddle wrapped in a
It's-
something or
it's
other.
worth
All
chiming
right, what
in.
do we find for...
This
who
is
this
the
is.
Nikon equivalent. It's about the same price, but you're going to stop at 600. It's 180 to 600 right there.
Yo, Nikon.
Now
come
there
on.
is 800s. Like they have a really nice 800
An 800 Prime.
prime, but you're stuck at 800. Then.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that one is that I'm
Yeah.
200 to 800. Like that's a good range.
And the
then-
primes are usually
then
more expensive,
You
too,
put
because-
the 24 to 240 and the 200 and 800. You have 24 to 800 for a reasonable price.
You know,
a
this
very reasonable.
This
price.
accepts the teleconverters as well.
I know. I do know that, and it works very well when like you're at an air traffic control tower and you're like, I need that extra like little bit of punch, and I throw on a 1.4,
Right.
And you're out there at 12,000 or 1,200.
You're-
1280, I think it is, or something. I don't
You're
know.
trying to
Whatever
do
the math
math
is.
on
Whatever
live.
the math is.
Yeah,
Take
on a live blog.
800 times 1.4. That's where we're at, and it's great.
You do
Hey.
the math at home. Use your calculator.
Hey, I just looked this up just for, whatever. I looked up market share because I'm wondering. So market share for cameras in the United States as of 2024, Canon has a 46.5% market share. Sony has 27.9%. Sony's in second place.
Oh, yeah.
Third place is Nikon at 11.3%. Nikon for many years had been second place. And
that
then
happened
Fuji
a little
has
while ago.
6%. Panasonic has 3.6%. And they don't even tell you what OM Systems is because it can only be measured with a micron microscope.
Micro Four Thirds.
Four-thirds microscope.
Microscope. No, I'm just kidding. I had no idea what theirs is. But anyway, that's interesting. So, which has nothing to do with anything. I was just wondering when we're talking about this.
And Sony has a similar lens, in that 150 to 600 kind of range.
What's interesting is that Sonys are so expensive. Everything. Their bodies are expensive.
You just pay a little
Their
Sony
lenses,
tax.
You pay us the Sony tax.
I will say though, Sony's are their sensors very nice.
Their sensor's very nice.
very
Their
nice.
menu system is.
But again, does that like
Brutal.
change the file so much in post? No, it's more about the photographer than it is the gear.
Yeah.
You know what I love about all of these lenses from all the brands is how lightweight they are.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing how
Yeah.
they've come down so much in weight.
Like
and,
that one,
and
the 2
size.
to 100, 2 to 800.
Yeah, it's almost like picking up
You
a
have this
dense.
lens.
Yes.
It's
And
almost
I can
picking up.
borrow it?
Yes.
All right.
It's like
Anytime.
dense
I told you
styrofoam
you could-
almost, is
I
the
think
feeling.
what I told you could take it to Antarctica. You're thinking in your mind 200, 800 is going to be heavy. And I was like, that's not that
No,
heavy.
but I wouldn't be able to use the
Yeah, that's
800. It was like you could almost get away with a 200 there. You were so close. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
penguins
true.
are like in your boat. Let's take a short pause. When we come back, also let us know your favorite. I thought it was very interesting to see some of your guys' favorite ones.
I'm curious,
So
yeah.
drop us up. Plus, when you enter, you're entered into the when you leave a comment, you're entered into the contest to win cool stuff. So, share your stuff, and we'll be right back with a badonkadonk.
But a badonkadonk.
Whoa.
Hey everybody, Erik Kuna here with a new class for KelbyOne.com about illuminating light painting. We're going to go all into what you need to know to really master this different type of light painting where we're using studio light out in the field. So we're using tripods, we're putting our lights on light stands, we're putting them in different environments, and we're doing all that like we have here so we can get a shot like this. We're going to go through 1 light setups, 2 light setups, 3 light setups. a bunch of light setups. We'll be able to light complex scenes, simple scenes like you see behind me, with say the moon right behind it. So we'll have all those different elements in the class. From the beginning all the way through what you need to know, you're gonna master how to use light painting as a tool to tell that story with light at night. So come join me and the moon in my new class on KelbyOne.com.
Hey guys, Kirk Nelson here from the Pixel Pro Photography. I'm back down here at KelbyOne Studios, and I've got a great course lined up for you this time. We are talking about killer tips and tricks updated for 2025 in the beta version of Photoshop. We are going to dig into the newest features, the ones that work really, really well, and it's going to change the way you approach design. Ones that kind of work, are still in development, but are a lot of fun to kick the tires of. We're going to dig into the AI craziness that's been taking it over and talk about all the generative technology that's within the program now. We're going to have a ton of fun with these. You're going to learn a lot, and we're going to really explore areas of the program that you probably haven't seen before. Only at KelbyOne.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Grid. Again, lots of comments now, so that's great. Let's go to this first comment. It just
East
says,
Central Florida.
East Central Florida, what up?
Yeah, it's saying for Canon RF crop sensors, I love the ultra wide angle lenses, the RF 10 to 18.
Well, that's a nice range.
And that's a great lens. It's
like
a wide
16 to
coverage.
35.
Like a 1635, right?
Yep, exactly. It's exactly that. And that's what, it's a wide coverage. And for the price,
better at math than
and
me.
that's the thing, at the price, $399, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
At $399,
wow, $399,
that
that is good. Steven.
Yeah, Steve was saying, as someone who shoots wildlife and air shows, the Canon RF 200-800 has been a game changer. And this is my second favorite lens, the Canon RF 15 to 35 2.8 is my favorite astro and landscape lens.
Is that your go-to astro lens?
That's my go-to astro.
All right, he's planting his flag on that one. What's Chris say?
And Chris is saying, I love my Nikon Z28 to 400 for travel. I no longer bring a bag of fast glass since high ISO combined with on noise reduction makes it easy to live life at 4 to 8.
Now, 28 to 400.
Jeez.
That's better than the old 28 to... How much is that thing?
Yeah, that's a great lens.
Jeez.
The 28
that's
to 400?
That's a huge range.
For Nikon.
Yeah, no, it's a great lens. That's the thing is you just don't get, it's $1,000 and
Wow,
you just not getting that like 24. You know?
Now, that's you're going all the way to f8 at 400.
Which
but
is
it's
totally fine.
It's a mostly daylight lens, but you could, you know, like he just said, with On-One's noise reduction, or if you have 2.5 minutes,
be afraid of it.
Lightroom's built-in noise reduction.
Yes.
I'd rather have an image with a little bit of noise than not have the image at all. That's
Well
what I'm
said.
saying.
Well
You like that?
struck.
You like
Oh,
that?
Beautiful.
Cha-ching.
John Dukes. Oh, Johnny.
And
coming
John
in
has
the winner.
the comment of the day. You need to take out a second mortgage on your home for Sony gear.
Woo!
Ouch.
All right, John Seal says, "Don't knock my OM system." John, I'm not knocking your OM system.
No.
I don't know anyone who has an OM system camera that doesn't love it.
Yeah, me
so
too.
we have nothing. That was just a
Yeah,
joke
because
for the
what's
sake
nice
of
about the
joke.
OM system is what he's saying is you get this amazing crop factor in a lens, so you can take really light gear. Because don't knock my ohm system. My body and my 100-400, which is equivalent to 200-800, weighs less than your Canon body without glass. And
Absolutely.
that's true. Like if you want a lightweight system, they're great.
Here's my only problem, John, and is this. You're out there shooting and you're like, I need to swap lenses with somebody. Who can blow me a lens? You will never have anyone anywhere within 100 miles of you that has another OM camera.
You're also going to have problems too with
Like-
accessories
Yeah,
or
like I can
things
say
that
to
you
Eric,
have.
hey, can I
Yeah.
borrow your lens? I can say to Jeff, hey, can I borrow your lens?
Batteries,
Batteries. How many times, Eric, have I said, my battery's dead?
I keep extra
Can I-
batteries with me.
Can
It's
I
gotta go
borrow?
out and shoot.
But if your OM goes down and you don't have a backup battery and you're like
Good luck.
out at like, I don't know, you're at Yellowstone. Anybody got an OM? Anybody got?
Crickets.
So this
No.
is nothing that a little planning ahead can't solve.
Yes,
so,
no,
don't
they
you-
can. They
Yeah,
can, and
a
that's
little
what's
planning
great
ahead,
about
and
it.
I'm sure he
It's
plans
what's great
ahead
about
I know.
and
I'm
takes
just-
care of all that.
I'm
But
just-
you're right. Yeah,
I'm just poking him because he had to take a jab at the.
He did.
Weighs more than your less than your camera.
it's true.
Anyway.
It does. And
All right.
now there is a point at which cameras get a little light, where you have to and I'm actually dealing with that with Canon. Like the lenses that are, I'm using the non-L series, lenses. And they're great. Like that 24-240.
Let's. Looky
and
here.
Other ones.
Here you go. Check this one out.
What's this?
2872.8.
I hate this lens. I like the size. I hate the range.
Yeah, you're in that no
Dude,
man's
yeah,
land.
This is a no
But for
man's
the-
land
for
of
the
lens.
size.
The
For
size
the
is very
size, it's
small.
great.
For a 28-70, it's great. For a useless lens, this is perfect. This lens falls into the I don't care. Like you're shooting at 70,
It's like it's
50.
never long enough. It's never wide
right
enough.
enough. It's just.
It's just like in the middle. It's like getting a 50 millimeter.
You know what?
Yeah.
Can I give you another one that's not very good? And I think you have it over here. Another useless one, I think, is a 24-105. And I know people like it. But it's mostly in the range of it's not wide enough. Well, it's close
You know
to
what you
wide
do
enough.
at the 24-105? You shoot at 24 or you shoot at 105.
105, and that's it.
And then
Yeah.
you're like, I'll crop or I'll maybe expand it a little.
Yeah.
That's what
but,
you're doing.
But the 24-70 range, I think, is the most useless range in the history of useless.
Yeah.
Nicole.
Nicole's saying, which lens would you recommend for shooting weddings for
All
a
right.
Canon camera?
Okay,
That's a
Nicole,
good one.
the weddings are a whole different beast.
Beast.
It is a 3-lens proposition. You can't get away. I mean, could you get away with one? Yes, if you're charging $500 for a wedding, take one lens. But honestly, if I got hired for a wedding tomorrow, I would take 3 lenses. Here's what they would be. Number one, I would take my 14-35. I want to be able to get a shot of the church. I want to get an epic shot, probably on a monopod, of the reception. I need some of those cinematic establishing shots, right? I need the church from the outside, the church from the inside. I need all of those kind of establishing shots. So that would be my 14-35.
Okay.
Number 2 is I would put, for a lot of what I'm doing, an 85. Just a straight up 85, but a fast one like a 1.8, where you can shoot a lot of the wedding accessories and a lot of the candid portraits and stuff really nicely with an 85. And an 85, and I wanted to, and look at, can I go one up on this? Ready? I want you to hear me. Going one up. Saying that means nothing to my
Yeah.
camera crew.
I'm going. Oh, there you are. One up.
I want you to hear me when I say this. If you buy a 70-200 and you put it at 85, it does not have the look of an 85 lens. An 85 has its own look. That's why we buy an 85 prime. It looks different. I know very, very successful full-time wedding photographers that do the entire wedding, every bit of it, with just an 85. And their shots have a magical look. You know how people say Leicas have a look? The 85 has a look. So the 85 I would do for the shooting all of the accessories and the bouquets and some of the intimate stuff, like when the bride's getting ready and all that stuff before the ceremony. At ceremony time, when you're back, I can move off to a regular camera. Once the ceremony starts, I'm switching to a 70-200. because you do need to be able to have the reach and all that kind of stuff, and you need a fast lens. I would do an f2.8. So I would take 3 lenses. It's a pain in the butt, but shooting weddings are a pain in the butt.
It is.
But
Yes.
but when it's done, you better have the right stuff. So to answer that question from Nicole,
Now, which 85 are you talking about?
I would probably do the 1.8. Now you might be
No, I don't think we have that on a
on a mirrorless yet.
mirrorless yet. I think
All right,
you're
what do
either
we
at
have?
an f2
I'd do
for
the
$600
F2.
bucks.
I would do the F2.
Or you're jumping up to almost
I would,
3,000.
F2 is great. You know, one of my favorite lenses I ever owned was a Nikon F2 that Joe McNally talked me into buying. It was huge.
Oh, the
It was
200
this big.
f2. It was
It
or
was
the-
a 200 millimeter F2.
Yeah, that thing
that
was a
lens
tank.
was unbelievable, but it was so heavy. But you took portraits with that lens, Jeff. It was insane. But it was $5,000, and I had to have my wife buy it for me because I couldn't, you know, like it
I
had to be-
remember
Can't
that
justify
actually.
it.
like I can't
I remember
spend that kind of money on a lens. So like, but anyway, but my wife for Christmas
Yeah.
is like, I'll get you that lens. All right.
Yeah.
I would get the $600 Canon RF. Now, what is a equivalent Nikon?
Let's go to
There's
Nikon.
there's something about how the prime lenses render faces that
Yes.
you cannot get away from. A zoom lens cannot duplicate that
Oh.
shape
Yeah,
rendering.
you got a
All right, this one's do
1.8.
the 1.8. If you're Nikon, do
Yeah.
the Z lens, the mirrorless lens at 1.8 for $700. That's pretty good. And what's the Sony one? 2200. No, I'm just kidding. The
Let's
Sony
see.
should be about 1,000, right?
Survey says.
Survey says there's not a.
right
there you
go.
There it is.
There it is.
It's
600.
it's actually getting a discount on this
Oh
one.
my
Oh.
gosh.
You're getting a
That
discount.
must be a crappy lens. All right.
No.
No. All right. So that's what I would do. It's a lot of work. Oh, now look at this.
Oh, Rob.
Rob
chiming in.
Rob Sylvan. Oh, we said nice things about him, and he's
He
here.
did.
Yeah, and Rob's saying
If I'd have known, I'd have taken it all back.
and the 24 to 105 f2.8 is a great event.
Great
lens.
event lens. I could see
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah,
I don't
I
hate.
think you're going to be shooting a 24
I
to
don't. I
105.
bought a 24-0105 and I sold it like fairly quickly thereafter. Is this it?
That's the 2.8.
Wow, that's a heavy lens. It's big and it's heavy.
2.8.
Oh, this is a 24 to 105?
5.28.
Dude, if I'm carrying a
2.8.
24 to 105, I'll just take a 70 to 200 at this weight. My 70 to 200. So I finally broke down and bought a 70 to 200 f4.
Okay. Yep. I knew that, so I made
Look at
sure I
this.
had one.
Okay.
That's amazing.
This is a 24 to 105. This is a 70 to 200. This-
F4 and 2.8. That's the
F4.
different. You
I
got to
know,
keep.
but
2.8.
this
Right.
thing's
We-
heavy.
we're
You know
gonna-
how
we're
heavy
gonna
it
keep
is?
harping
It's a
on it.
brick. I've used that one.
It's a brick, man.
It's a brick.
It's a brick.
But
Ba-da-da.
But-
that's the thing is like if you need 2.8.
If you
now,
need 2.8,
again,
yeah.
nowadays, how much do you need the 2.8?
Not as much.
Not as much.
We used to need it.
Yep.
All right, Claudia.
Yep. Claudia's saying, and this is a good one. Does that Canon 200 to 800 RF lens have to be zoomed out when you put the 1.4 converter on it, like when you put the 1.4 on the 100 to 500?
No.
And that's my drawback to the 100 to 500.
Exactly. No, I agree.
And
Yeah.
that was what closed the, like I could not do the 100 to 500.
couldn't do it.
because of that.
Yeah.
When you put the
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it because
You
once
couldn't
you
do
put it on there, you're limited in that you can't go wide anymore. You can't like
You can't go wide anymore, sure,
You're like
yeah.
300 is like your widest that you go at that point or
Couldn't
something.
do it.
300 plus the crop.
Couldn't do
it.
Could
It's
not
great.
do it.
It's a great lens.
Let me
but
tell you what.
the teleconverter,
When you need
like
the
it was-
teleconverter.
I
Couldn't do it.
didn't understand that one of why they did that. I understand it, but I would have thought they would have changed that design.
Hey, Haresh just got a good comment. Haresh says, add a fisheye for Indian weddings. Oh, yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I've wanted to shoot an Indian wedding forever. Now, Indian weddings happen over multiple days, but I love everything about an Indian wedding. I love the colors. I love just, it's an event.
vibrant.
It's
so
vibrant,
vibrant, live.
The Indian bride's outfits are beautiful. I mean, it's
All right, so-
but it's like 4 or 5
It's
days.
an event.
It can be
It's
longer
an
than
event.
that.
After the battery comment that you made earlier today, if you
Yes.
ever do an Indian wedding,
Yeah.
For goodness sakes, take a bunch of batteries with
So
you.
many batteries.
Because you're not going to be able to borrow
So many
from somebody.
batteries.
Eric
All
will
right.
So
not
many
be
batteries,
around
so
to
many
borrow
memory
a battery
cards.
from.
No, when I shoot a wedding,
Okay.
I take 3 second shooters.
3, and they
I'm
have
not
batteries.
kidding.
Okay, I
They'll
got
have
it. Yep.
all kinds of stuff.
They bring the
Right.
batteries. Okay, fair
So,
enough.
so here's how I structure it. So I'm really there to capture the candid photos. That's what I'd love to do, and that's what I'm going to try to do. One of the second shooters is going to be responsible for the groomsmen, and that will be, and nobody cares about the groomsmen or the groom at all whatsoever. You have to kind of take a picture of them to prove that they were somebody they're getting married to, but nobody gives a flip about the groom or pictures of the groom outside of the groom's mom and dad.
Very true.
That's it. Nobody cares. The other person would be assigned, and I would tell them at the very beginning of the wedding, you're in charge of every important thing that happens. You're there for cutting the cake. You're there for the garter toss. You're there. You have to be there. That's on you. And you have to gather everybody for the formals. The third one is to just go and pick up all kinds of detail shots and anybody that needs help anywhere else. And carry all my gear. And then I'm free to have fun shooting the wedding, and I'm going to be the one that puts together the album and gathers all the images and the whole 9 yards. But I'm taking at least 2, if not 3, and I don't want any responsibility. I want to
And
just...
usually
Fair
you'll
enough.
have this
I love
like
that
a
idea.
battery minder. You know, there's somebody that says,
I
will have
Somebody's in charge of batteries.
200 batteries. We will have batteries and all that. Well, one of them is actually, I would say, the third second shooter is actually more of an assistant.
Yeah.
All right, Rob's got a comment.
Yeah, saying the new RF 7200-28Z is
Yes.
fully compatible with teleconverters too.
Yes.
So,
See, it's got the barrel depth.
yes, and that's what they just needed, that little extra barrel depth.
I hear you.
All right, is
So
this
it
the
doesn't
one-
hit.
Tell us about this lens, though.
This one is the 70-200 2.8Z. It's an L series Z, and it has, for videographers, this optional power zoom adapter. It's a power
Which
zoom adapter.
means if it says video,
Yep.
it means it's very expensive.
Yeah, when you add the word video anything, it goes
Yeah.
through the roof.
This also works on the 24-105 2.8.
The world's heaviest small lens.
Yep, well, 2.8. So anyway, that's obviously an optional
How much is the
accessory.
option?
There's 2 versions of it. You'll have to look those prices up. I'm not
Mr.
100%
Kuna?
sure.
Hit the B&H for us.
Yep. There's two
All right,
two
Steve's
versions.
asking,
One of them has a 20 pin.
What would you recommend Canon-wise for an African safari? I already have the 208. I'd take the 208 for sure.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
the lens. You know what, Stephen? I've never heard anyone come back from a wildlife trip to Africa and said, I wish I had a longer lens. People go with 400s all the time, and they come back and they always say the same thing. I just wish I had a longer lens.
Yep, always.
600 is better. 800 is because you're not going to get close enough to a lot of those animals. You're always going to be cropping.
That's where you're at.
Get that 200 to 800. Okay, Eric's showing here. it's
$1,000 for the
$1,000 for the zoom
power
adapter.
Zoom adapter.
Yeah.
And the lens is $3,000.
And the woo.
So you're talking $4,000.
But significantly cheaper than, say, a Cine Zoom.
This is true. Like
Yeah.
if you really wanted a Cine Zoom, again, if you're in the video realm, you're in a different
You're in
ballgame.
a different world altogether.
All right,
Exactly.
Ballgame.
we're going to have to take a short one. When we come back, we're going to be doing our giveaways and stuff like that. And if we get a chance, we'll be making fun of OM Systems, so stick around for that.
No, we won't.
Just kidding.
No, we won't.
No, they're lovely. They're lovely people.
Get that crop factor.
Get that crop factor.
Yep.
Crop it, baby.
Hey guys, I'm Karen Hutton and welcome to my class about Zion National Park. This park is absolutely gorgeous and it makes me so excited to be part of the greater National Park series that KelbyOne is doing. Zion National Park to me is really special. I've been here many times. Throughout this class, you're going to see footage of me and scenery from other trips because I really wanted to give you a full experience of the place over time and different conditions and so on and so forth. Zion is really a big, big park, and you're going to want a car. We'll talk about other ways of traveling through it. But just as an overview, I think of Zion in 4 sections. One is Kolob Canyons, there's Kolob Terrace, then there's the Scenic Canyon on the beginning the east side, and then the actual east side on the farthest other side of the park. So buckle up, we're going to cover all the areas and some of the specialities that each one has to offer, some of the things to be careful about, to be prepared for. We're going to talk about gear, we're going to talk about all kinds of things. So come join me on my latest epic class on KelbyOne.com.
Erik Kuna here with KelbyOne, and I'm here at Death Valley, California, at Death Valley National Park for a new class in our National Park series over at KelbyOne, where we're teaching you all about what you need to know to master photography at the national parks. And in this class, we're going to focus on Death Valley. I love Death Valley because it's such a diverse landscape. When you first look at it, you first get here, you might think, hey, it's not that different. But as you start to see the different environments, like here we're at the sand dunes, we're over at the salt flats, we're at overlooks, we're at Badlands, we're at colorful artist palette. We've got all these different things that you're gonna see and be able to capture as a photographer and know how to make the most out of Death Valley. Join me at my new class on KelbyOne, Photographer's Guide to Death Valley.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
I have no idea.
Hi, we're back, and we're on the breaks. We tried to.
We're just making fun of
We're
OM
just
No,
we did not.
No, we did not. On the breaks, we tried to fix all the ills of the
that's
world,
right.
which we're well suited to do.
We solved everything.
We were complaining about all kinds of camera stuff. That's what we do best.
That's what we do.
All right, how are we doing on time? Oh, we have 2 minutes left. So let's figure out who's winning what.
Oh,
So,
well, they're not up there yet. So
we can't figure that out yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
No.
Other lenses. Let me think.
Here we go. We got the prizes.
Oh, okay, because I'm saying I'm only using 2 lenses.
So Amy Gray has won the Platypod grip. So
Amy
got a
Gray.
grip.
Cool.
And then Stephanie Brown's winning the Lightroom book.
Yep. Yay.
Zach Hewitt is winning the V flat.
Oh, I think I
And
want to
then
be
Grumpy
flat.
Mike from Tampa is winning the On No Noise.
Grumpy,
Grumpy
Mike, let's go.
Allison has won the Crush the Composition book.
I wonder if Grumpy Mike is really grumpy
So
anymore now
it's
that
not
he won
just
the
Allison here, is
I
it?
don't know.
Is it Allison in the studio one? Oh, that's lame.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's lame.
good news. I don't have to ship it to you.
No, that's true. Save on shipping.
So all you're gonna do, unless you're Allison, is email us over at gridprize@kelbyone.com and claim your prize by this Friday, please.
Claim your prize by this Friday,
There you go.
if you please.
Cool.
All right. Well, we've exhausted another episode of The Grid.
Already?
I know, it's hard to
Exhausted.
believe it's
I
over.
was just getting comfortable.
I feel like
very
it's just
exhausting.
getting started. We're here next week, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Do we have any guests?
Yes. Maybe. Who knows?
I hear Christine thinking it
I
out
hear
over there.
Christina over
We'll
there
have
going,
we'll have stuff going on. We always do.
It'll
Oh, the summit. The summit. We got summit stuff happening.
Oh,
next
yeah,
week.
the summit stuff. So the summit is
Yeah.
next week. If you're a KelbyOne VIP or Inner Circle member, you're
Yeah.
invited to
Good.
come with us. We got a full house coming in from all over the place, and it's going to
So
be a
we'll
lot
have
of
guests
fun.
coming on, I'm sure. People
Oh,
hearing,
yeah. Oh.
And the subject will be last minute, like the lens things was found out 5 minutes ahead of time.
We
They
knew
were
what
gonna
it
talk
was.
about-
What are
I
you
didn't
talking
know.
about? We knew.
I didn't know.
We knew.
I don't know.
He says,
The network didn't tell you?
look,
No.
Jeff says,
I had
I
no
had
idea.
no idea what the topic was, but I brought every lens I
I-
owned.
I brought every lens I own.
I brought
No,
every
did that
lens
happen?
I've
It's like,
ever
come sit with us
seen.
for a little while. Come sit with us. Yeah. Okay. I'll
All
talk
right.
about whatever you want to.
All right.
Oh, looky there.
Oh, this is Jeffy's website. Hey,
Yeah.
where's that?
That is Tampa. Yeah. it's a
No.
hospital. That was Tampa. Yes, it is.
Really?
That's that's somewhere over here too.
You're
Yeah.
making this stuff
I'm
up.
telling you.
What do you use for
Construction everywhere.
What are you using for your architectural photography?
I have a 17 tilt shift and a 24
Hey, is
tilt
that the one
shift.
in Vegas?
We've been
Yes.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yep, that's the. Go back to that. That
Yeah.
believe it or not, that is the Lou Reveau Center for Brain Health.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
can you imagine?
It's crazy
Can you
place.
imagine being wheeled into there with a brain injury? There's
I
not.
know, right?
That
You're
would
like,
that would mess
my-
you up
I don't
already.
know.
I don't
Just
know.
melted.
Maybe.
All right. Hey,
All right,
the
sorry.
next shot is the Florida.
Let's see.
The
Yes.
Yeah, the college over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a
what-
fisheye.
What's the deal on getting in there? Did you just walk up?
I just walked in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a college campus.
I'm not sure.
It's a
This, I'm not
state
sure you look
university.
like a student though.
No, but
look like a
nobody
professor.
stopped me.
Yeah, right
Maybe
off
you're a
I
I-4.
just
professor.
walked around. Maybe I am. That's
Yeah,
right.
I drive by it all the
Yeah,
time
right
on the
off
way to
I-4.
Disney.
That is up I-4 at that's Nemours Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
I
I've
do a
seen
lot of
that
work
from-
for-
That's
I-
off the. Isn't that off like the toll
Yeah,
road?
I do a lot of work for Nemours.
That's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, your architecture
Hey, look at
stuff.
that.
Yeah,
That's in Tampa.
yeah.
I
That's
gotta find that building.
actually go over to the Tampa Buccaneers practice field, and it's right
Okay.
down the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's new.
I used to live right down the street from the Buck. I mean, I
Yeah.
lived across
Well,
the
it looks
street.
new. So,
What
Well, it
was
is
I
new. It was new when I
What
shot
was I
it.
going to
Yeah.
tell you? You know what? I really like your post processing.
Thank you.
Your post work on this stuff is aces.
There is a lot of work
what
done.
is the
Palm
like,
tree tops are
what's
replaced.
The building? Like,
It's
what
a
is it?
hospital.
Hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a hospital right there
Yeah.
by there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not St. Joseph's Hospital.
Yeah, it is.
That's St.
Yeah.
Joe's?
Yeah.
That's why I don't recognize it because
I lived right.
Yeah.
So I lived. I met my wife right behind there. I lived in an apartment complex, and the first time I met her was there. And it was
Nice.
literally right behind the
There you go.
the St. Joseph's.
Yeah, and you go to the other side of the street down the road, and that's the Bucks training facility.
Yeah, the Bucks
exactly.
training facility, what used to be Tampa Bay Center Mall.
Yep.
Yeah, and which the Bucks used to have that facility next to the airport, right? Sucking down
That's
the
right.
jet fuel.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. That was awful.
It's
That was-
terrible.
They went for having one of the worst facilities.
Worse.
That's
I used to like
hilarious.
the best, yeah.
I want to thank Allison and Jeremy. You guys were an unbelievable audience. The way you were completely silent the whole time. That was very inspiring. I think is the word we're looking for. Very inspiring. But I have to give them credit. Like we hung out at the photography show, and they got up first crack of dawn in the morning and drove me from East London all the way into Central London so I could shoot the Leadenhall Market. And Allison and I did it while Jeremy drove around and hit cars. And he did a lot of fender bender damage, nothing too bad, but he had no problem with nicking the side of somebody's car. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Jeff, thank you for being on the show as
pleasure.
always.
Yeah, thank you.
And what was your website so they can go see your work there?
JL Photographic, JLphoto-graphic.com.
So, JL Photographic. I like the way you put the JL, so it looks like Photo
Yeah.
JL Graphic.
Yeah, well, it's photographic because I don't only do photo, but I do graphic work as well.
That's right, you do
Yeah.
graphic. He's
Yeah.
very graphic. There's a lot of
JL
images that are too
Photographic.
graphic to show. Anyway,
Graphic photos.
That's a graphic photos.
It's
I don't do
graphic.
that kind of stuff.
it's graphic. Does he?
Oh boy.
I know,
Does he?
right? Yeah.
All
Call
right.
me out.
Thanks
we
to our
might, we might be
sponsors.
back next week.
Thanks
Who
to
knows?
Christina and the crew.
Network might cancel us.
We'll be here next week. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. See you next week.